Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Estás bien? ¿Estás más o menos? ¿Estás mal? ¿Estás cansado? ¿Estás enojado? ¿O tienes hambre? Yo tengo hambre porque son las 11:56, casi las 12. Tengo mucho hambre. Quiero comer mi almuerzo. I want to eat lunch. So tengo almuerzo. O tengo, no, no tengo. Oh, sí, tengo mi almuerzo. Aquí está mi almuerzo. Tengo hambre. Yo tengo hambre. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? ¿Hace buen tiempo? ¿Hace mal tiempo? ¿O hace frío? Ah, yo no sé. I no sé. I don't know. Um, Hoy, before we get here, let's go over here. And if you haven't already, we'll go over what we have to get started for today. So here's our vocabulary that we're going to be working with today. All right. Obviously, I'm trying to put a section here that got disappeared when I made the original. To get us started, we're going to answer this question. What emotions are associated with El Dia de los Muertos? So we can think back. Yesterday, we told two different stories. We looked at two different stories. And in those stories, we explored the different emociones mixtas that people might experience during El Dia de los Muertos. So just take us a moment and write a sentence or two about what some of those emotions are. Now we're going to look at our vocabulario. And our vocabulario is coming up here in a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so we have la diosa, means the goddess, and then we have un nombre diferente, a name different, and then we have un símbolo, a symbol. So razones religiosas, reasons are religious. We would say religious reasons, but grammar can differ from language to language. They put words in different orders. Then we have El Día de Todos los Santos, or All Saints Day. Los niños muertos are the children dead, or we would say the dead children. Van a, they go, and then a is to. Las tumbas, the graves. Esqueletos are skeletons. So we've been using calacas, which are specifically human skeletons, but the general term esqueletos refers to skeletons. Incienso, or incense. Días felices, so days happy, or we would say happy days. Pasaron con, so they spent time with, so they spent with, or in this case, time. They're referring to time. Not like spending money. That's a different word. That's gastar. Muy bien. So this reading is here. All right, so what you're going to do here is that the directions here are going to tell you to go to the story, which is on the next page. It was too long for me to fit onto this, so I just left it on in the original format. So this is the story that we're going to read together, and then there's some comprehension questions. So after you're done reading it, you're going to fill out these comprehension questions. So they're just matching. You're just going to match the letter and put it here in the appropriate box. So vamos a leer. El Día de Muertos es una celebración especial y muy popular. If you notice, this sounds awfully similar to the story that we've already done, and it is, but we're adding more details. And so we're going to learn more information today. Antes solo se celebraba en México, pero hoy en día otras culturas también celebran el Día de Muertos o el Día de los Muertos. El Día de Muertos es el 2 de noviembre, pero las celebraciones duran 3 días, del 31 de octubre al 2 de noviembre. El Día de Muertos es un día para honrar a los muertos, familiares, amigos y mascotas. La historia de la celebración, so historia, so if we put a Y at the end, what would that word look like? La historia de la celebración es muy interesante. It's very interesting. Originalmente era una celebración azteca. So cover up the A. What does that look like? En honor a la diosa Mictecacitl. Yes, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Mictecacitl. It is not Spanish. We're going to try that again because I have an awful time saying it. Mictecacitl. Mictecacitl. There you go. See if you can try to say that word. La celebración duraba aproximadamente, there we go, un mes o 30 días. Hoy en día la celebración es para honrar a los muertos y no a la diosa azteca. So, ahora no es un festival o una día festivada, fado, para la diosa azteca. So if you haven't noticed, I make mistakes all the time when I speak or read Spanish, and it's okay. It's just part of the process. Sin embargo, la diosa Mictecacitl todavía es parte de la celebración, pero tiene un nombre diferente. No se llama Mictecacitl. La versión moderna de Mictecacitl se llama La Catrina. La Catrina. So, there is a movie called The Book of the Dead. No, I'm sorry, The Book of Life, or El Libro de la Vida. And in this movie, we have La Catrina. She is one of the main characters. So it's a great movie. And I would have showed it this year, except that we're not in person, unfortunately. Un símbolo indispensable del Día de Muertos. So, La Catrina es un símbolo indispensable del Día de Muertos. En México hay celebraciones del Día de Muertos por todo el país. Oh, so asterisk, we're going to come down here. Es importante anotar que hay muchas familias que no celebran el Día de Muertos, típicamente por razones religiosas. Okay, so typically for razones religiosas. This is one of our glossary words. En las tiendas hay muchas cosas que se usan durante la celebración. Candelas, flores, calaveras de azúcar, etc. Muchas familias construyen, remember, ofrendas. Una ofrenda es un altar especial que tiene muchas cosas diferentes. Normalmente en una ofrenda hay flores, candelas, fruta, calaveras de azúcar, fotos y las cosas favoritas del muerto. El 31 de octubre, las familias preparan, so if you put an E at the end, what does that word look like? Preparan las ofrendas. El 1 de noviembre, el Día de Todos los Santos, es un día para honrar a los niños muertos, de los niños muertos. Y el 2 de noviembre, el Día de Muertos, es el día en que los adultos, so cover up the O and S, what do you have? Muertos visitan a sus familiares. Ese día, el 2 de noviembre, muchas personas van a los cementerios para decorar las tumbas de los muertos. Decoran, so decorar is to decorate, las tumbas con flores, calaveras de azúcar, esqueletos, incienso, candelas, etc. Esos 3 días, 1, 2, 3, son, esos 3 días de celebración son días de muchas emociones, pero sobre todo son días felices porque las personas tienen la opportunity de recordar los buenos momentos, son los buenos momentos que pasaron con sus amigos y familiares. Muy bien. Excelente. Fantástico. So now you're going to read the text again, and then you're going to answer the comprehension questions at the bottom of the page. So you're going to match. So these are words, vocabulary. They're not vocabulary words, but there are essential parts of Dia de los Muertos, and you're going to match their definition here. So you're going to choose the letter and write the letter here. Awesome. So when you get that done, you're going to come back here, and you're going to answer this question. Now compare one thing that you have learned about El Dia de los Muertos to a holiday that you celebrate. So you can compare it by saying how it's similar to Dia de los Muertos or how it's different, or both. How is it similar? How is it different? So you're going to compare. So if you want to make like a little Venn chart, Venn diagram with the similarities in the middle and the differences on the side, you can, or you can just write a paragraph, whichever you prefer. Muy bien. So there is a bonus activity today, because you're reflecting on and comparing activities. I'm not going to have you write down something that you learned. I think. Nope, it's still there. I lost it. Okay, it's still there. Before we get to there, there is a bonus activity here. There is a song, and you can listen to this song. It's about Dia de los Muertos, and it's called La Cumbia de los Muertos. And apologize, that's my phone going off. And then at the end, they have a rap that's in English. So it's cumbia is a type of music that you can find in Colombia and then throughout the. It's also in Mexico a little bit, and also in the Caribe, the Caribbean. There we go. I couldn't think of what it was in English. So it's just a fun song. There's no attached activity with it, but it was just I really enjoyed the song, and so I wanted you to have the opportunity to listen to it, experience a different part of another culture that's associated with Dia de los Muertos. So then at the end, you're going to write one thing or one word phrase that you've learned today, right here. Muy bien. You rock. You do. You really do. So awesome job today. Hasta luego.